Today I'm gonna help you get started with using Linux and the command prompt. These commands are something I use every day in my job, and if you want to get started or become a little bit more savvy on how to use Linux and Unix command line, this is the video for you. On this channel we talk about technology, design, creativity, work and mindset. So if you like these topics, don't hesitate to subscribe not to miss the next videos. Let's jump right into the command line. Okay, so let's get started. So I have to tell you a fun story. So the first time that I actually had to start working the command line, I was very intimidated by it. I really didn't understand what it was for. You can think about your command line, your terminal as really the starting place, the place where you're keeping all your files. So it's really like a file manager. It looks a little bit scarier, but it's basically like a file manager where you're keeping all your files, and then you can also run commands and scripts that use as an input the files that are in that location, and then can output some new files. So this is the very basic principle. And my first reaction to this is, well, why can't I just use File Manager? I just go on Windows or in your Mac and I just, create a file. If I want to create a file, I rename a file. So why do I need to use this at all? And to be honest with you, I got converted into it. And now I honestly really think that everyone that is working with technology and, that has anything to do with managing file, running scripts, should know the basic commands of Linux. So you being able to use the command prompt, understanding how it works. So let's get right into that. So as you can see here, I'm in my home directory. The very first thing I can do is see where I am. So typically, to look at the files that you have inside, you would use a command called ls. Now, you see that there is not much in here. So one thing that you can do is that you can create a subdirectory. So you can do, to create a directory, you do make dir, which stands for make directory. And let's choose a name. So make directory test. Okay, so now I've created a new directory called test. And if I want to see the content of my folder now, I can do ls, and I can see here that I have a new directory called test. Let's assume I now want to create a file. So I'm still in my local directory. I have not, I'm still there. And let's assume I want to create a file. So there are different ways you can do that. The very, very easy way to create a file is to use cat. So cat, basically, you do a right cut, and then you do arrow, and you can name the file. So in this case, let's call it test1 dot, I want to do a txt file, so just like a normal text file. So once I've done that and I press enter, you see that it basically went to the next line. So what you have to imagine is happening here. It's as if you had a text editor that has opened right there. So here, I'm actually inside the file right now. So I can go and type something, very typical developer world, hello world. Okay, so I'm typing inside this virtual text editor. And then, I can go down. And if I want to close this virtual text editor, what I need to do is Control C. That I'm on a Windows right now. So I do Control C. And basically what it does is that it closes the file. Control C is also a very helpful command when you want to kill a script. So every time you're running scripts or operations on your terminal and you want to kill them, if you do Control C, the operation is going to get killed. Okay, so now I have a directory. In my main directory, I have another subdirectory, and then I have a file. Let's take a look. ls. Okay, so I have my test1 txt file, and then I have my test directory. By the way, if I want to take a look at what's inside my folder, but with a little bit more details, so for example, when the files were created or the folders were created, etc., I can do something called lsltr. And then this shows me like the user, also the type of permissions that my user has on the file. This is a little bit more advanced, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But then, yeah, you see also what time this was created. So this was created at 8:13 and 8:15, okay, by user, in this case, a generic user. But if you had your name or you had a specific login, then you would see what is the login that has created these files. Perfect. So why not we do a couple more things? So first of all, I want to show you how to move around in your directories and subdirectory. So the way you move is by using CD. So CD stands for change directory. Let's assume I want to change directory and I want to move to a directory called test. So that's the directory that I've basically created before. So if you do CD test, enter, you see that here now there is something like little wiggle and then /test. That's the path where I am into right now. So I've moved one directory forward. So let's say I create another directory now called test2. I can move into directory test2, CD test2. And then I'm gonna go forward again. So that's my full path of where I am right now. Let's assume I wanna go back. So I'm done with everything I have to do in these subdirectories. I need to go back to the original directory. There are two ways you can do that. One is faster, one is less fast. So one way is like moving back just one step back. So it's CD double dot. So change directory, one step forward. So CD double dot. Or, and let me go back to where I was before, or I can do just something very simple. There is CD. So I do CD and I go straight to home, okay, to my main directory. Now let's do something like that. So let's assume I've created a file, but now I want to edit the file. So there are, again, two commands that you can use. So one is called less. So less, and my file was called test1.txt. So let me just quickly copy that. Okay. And here you see that I'm basically, again, inside a text editor, but in this case, I'm only in view mode. So less is only view mode. And, so I can just see what's inside the file, but I can't modify. And then if I want to exit, I have to do quit. So just pressing Q on your keyboard. So Q, and I go back. Now, let's assume I want to actually edit the file. A more flexible methodology, a more flexible command is vim. Okay, so vim is I do the same. So I do vim test1. Now I'm again inside a text editor. Right now I'm just in view mode. So if I try to type stuff, you see, it doesn't allow me to type because now I'm just in view mode. So let's assume I now want to write stuff in the file. So how I can do it? I can do insert command, okay? And now you see that I went from view mode into insert mode. And so here I can go and change stuff and I can say my name is Erica, okay? So I've now changed the content of the file. Now let's assume I want to, save the file. So I want to exit. I do ESC and then I go back into view mode. Once I've gone back into view mode, there are a couple of things I can do. Either can exit without saving. And the way I would do it is double dot Q, so quit. And then I would do exclamation mark, and that would basically activate the command. I'm not going to do that, but I'm actually going to save. So how do I save? I do W, quit, so save and quit, and then activate, and then enter. So now if I do less again on test1.txt, you see that I have the new version of the command. So hello world, my name is Erica. And then I can quit again. So these are some very basic commands that are gonna help you get started on Linux. There are a couple other things that I can show you. Maybe I'll leave them to a next episode. Let me know if this was helpful and let me know what else do you want to learn on the Unix console. See you next time.